Close your eyes for a moment and imagine a world-class orchestra. Before the first note is played, there is chaos. Instruments are tuning, musicians are whispering, chairs are moving. It's a mess of noise. Then, the conductor walks onto the podium. He doesn't say a word. He doesn't shout. He simply raises his baton, and the silence that follows is so heavy you can feel it in your chest. That silence isn't fear. It's not the result of a threat. It is absolute respect. Many executives today still believe that leadership is about barking orders or demanding results, but they are making a fundamental mistake. Leadership is not a monologue, it's a symphony. And here is the hard truth. If your inner foundations are cracked, your leadership will always be just noise. Are you a boss who imposes your will, or are you the architect of an organization that transcends? Today, we are going deep into the roots of your authority to see if your character can actually sustain the weight of true excellence. When I talk about foundations, I'm not talking about dry management theory. I'm talking about a deep, sometimes uncomfortable act of connection. As leaders, we like to think of ourselves as architects of companies, but first, we must be the architects of our own fate. In my research for the book, I discovered that self-awareness is the master key. It sounds simple, but it's the hardest work you'll ever do. If you don't know who you are when you face yourself in the mirror at 5 a.m., with no titles, no ego, and no filters, you will never truly know who you are when you face your board of directors or your team. Integrity, empathy, and accountability are not just buzzwords to put on a corporate website. They are living, breathing forces. They are your moral compass. When the market gets volatile, when the path gets dark, and when you have to make the hard calls, those values are the only things that will keep you upright. Consistency is the only thing that builds the bridge of trust. Without it, you are just a passenger in your own career. In the curation of over 200 works for this project, the philosophy of Daisaku Ikeda stood out as a lighthouse for the modern era. He challenges us to lead in a way that goes beyond the traditional command and control. He talks about the human symphony. He teaches us that leading isn't just about directing human capital, it's about understanding the rich, complex symphony of the human condition. Now, some people get nervous when we mention spirituality in business, but let's be clear, this isn't about religion. It's about a profound connection to universal values. A truly evolved leader recognizes the invisible threads that connect every person in the room. This is where compassion is born. And I want you to listen carefully. Compassion is not a weakness. It is not being nice or soft. Compassion is a dynamic, high-performance energy. It is the ability to see someone else's struggle and use your authority to fuel their growth. It is the genuine desire to see your team shine brighter than you do. That is how you build a culture that no competitor can touch. I don't want this to be just another video you watch and forget. This is a laboratory of research and action. Authentic leadership requires you to master your inner world before you can ever hope to conquer the market. Let's do this together. Think about a high-stress situation you faced this week, maybe a conflict with a partner, or a major mistake that cost you time or money. I want you to actually close your eyes. 1. Identify the emotion. What was the first thing you felt? Was it anger? Was it fear of losing control? Was it frustration? Give it a precise name. Don't judge it, just name it. 2. Shift the perspective. Now, think about the person on the other side of that conflict. Strip away the business goals for a second. What do you think they were feeling? Were they scared? Were they overwhelmed? Your challenge this week is simple but revolutionary. The next time tension rises, do not react from your own emotion. Instead, lead from the understanding of theirs. That is what I call compassion in action. True success is never a superficial win. It is the result of cultivating an environment where everyone can grow. Your personal evolution is the seed, and the fruit is the leadership you build from the inside out. But once you have that inner strength, how do you project it to the world? How do you turn that vision into a reality that people will follow to the end? That is exactly what we will cover in the next episode. Continue to part 2 to find out. This is leadership inside out. Decide to lead. Reveal your essence. Impact your world.